Happy nearly Christmas everyone, and I hope everyone is doing well. Today's video is a little bit of a different video because we need the ARK community to get involved in this. So if you've seen, Survival of the Fittest is the brand new Battle Royale mode. Well, I say brand new, it did come out in 2016, but the returning new revamped The Survival of the Fittest coming out in 3 days time, December 23rd for PC. Now, one of the biggest reasons that this is coming back, obviously the community really wanted this, but it was because Vin Diesel gave Wildcard that massive push to bring this back. He mentions that he really thought the competitive side of ARK was amazing, and he thought Survival of the Fittest needed to make an appearance back again. Now, if you don't know, Vin Diesel is a massive player of ARK Survival Evolved, and he's played over thousands of hours of this game, which is pretty crazy to think about when you must think Vin Diesel's a very busy person. But the reason I'm making this video is I wanted to get Vin Diesel involved on Survival of the Fittest. Now, that doesn't mean he has to come through the Loaded Crysis channel, but I want to see if Vin Diesel will be making an appearance to play some Survival of the Fittest on December 23rd. Now, what I want to do on Twitter, if you've got Twitter, is get involved. The link to mine is in the description down below, and I want to use the hashtag Vin Survival of the Fittest, so or just Vin SOTF, and we'll get him on the SOTF kind of I don't know, we'll see how many people we can get to tweet this out, and then a little message saying Loaded Crysis wants you to come on and play some Survival of the Fittest on December. Now, I mean, it doesn't have to be the December 23rd, obviously, the day, because I'm sure he's got lots of Christmas plans with his family, but I know from a post that he said is that he got involved with it because of family and stuff, and if he's going to be getting involved on the release date, how amazing as a community. I don't even care if it's playing with me, I just want to see Vin Diesel playing some Survival of the Fittest, because who knows, one day you're playing ARK, and the thing is, you could have been that very person that's played with Vin Diesel. He's played on official, he's played Survival of the Fittest in the past, he said the competitive side was amazing, so you never know, in your whole years of playing ARK, you could have come against Vin Diesel without even knowing that he was playing. So let's get this going, guys, on Twitter. If you want the obviously proof about the Vin Diesel bringing this back to the game, I'll be leaving the link to the I'll be leaving the video at the end of the video yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I'll be leaving the video at the end of the video for you guys to watch for where this information came from. And you guys know he's in the second game as it is. So let's see if Vin will be making his way onto Survival of the Fittest on December the 23rd. It would be awesome to see if we could set something up with him. I know it's pretty much going to be impossible because I'm sure Studio Wildcard want to get him actually involved in it. But if we can try and see if he could see this on Twitter, obviously if you want to tag me, feel free to tag me. You know, the link to my Twitter is in the description down below, but let's see what we can do. I know we probably won't get it trending, but let's just try and do our best. Obviously, I'll be leaving the hashtag on the screen right now as Survival of the Fittest is making the triumphant return. Now, if you want to know the news quickly, if I did go through it already in a video, initially launched in 2016 as an intro into the competitive gaming space, Survival of the Fittest pits survivors in an action-packed struggle for survival against where players assemble their dino armies towards an epic final showdown in which one makes it out alive. Now, this is basically gonna be the same. They've revived it, but they've just, as you can see here, so while the core goal of Survival of the Fittest remains the same, we've gone back to the drawing board to streamline the gameplay's mechanics and provide fast-paced, engaging, and compelling experience. So console, unfortunately, I know this is the one sad thing about it, console players have to wait until the in early new year, so hopefully that will be January, but it will be coming in 3 days time for PC. Let's see if we can get Vin to see this on Twitter. Do this as a community, hashtag Vin Survival of the Fittest or Vin SOTF, and let's get him involved if possible. Love you all. Enjoy the rest of the video where obviously if you want to see you may have seen this already, but I thought I'd just show it for anyone that doesn't know that Vin is obviously a massive player of the game. And yeah, Christmas is coming, guys. The holidays are here and lots of really awesome videos to come. And I thought this would be a fun little one to get involved before that. We all love you, Vin Diesel, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the world of ARK very soon. Leave a like, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the video.
Block. The goal is basically that you have to be able to play this game with no prior familiarity with ARK, with no tutorial. And if you can do that, if we can do that as designers, then we think there's something really there, that it's an accessible Dino War experience that has like kind of no startup cost or too steep learning curve for new players. And yes, just so you know, we've been thinking about this for a while and when was the right time to try to do it. But we finally got a kick in the butt by Vin Diesel. He said, "Look, I missed the original SOTF. This is Vin now, not me." And he said that he played on Xbox and he came in later to ARK than the original SOTF itself. But he really loved the idea of ARK as a bit of a live sports experience in the sense that like when you see great ARK combat with dinosaurs, great ARK gameplay, and you see these, he called them clutch plays that really are impressive, that's such a special, unique experience, and that he would like that to be more accessible to people that didn't have 1,000 hours to put into getting to that level. Like, not everybody can put in that time to experience ARK in that way. This is a way to make it in this variant accessible to people that just want to fight some cool freaking dinos against other teams in a game that emphasizes, the Dino War aspect. So, and not so much the meta survival aspect. I think there's, obviously I think ARK Survival Evolved will still have its own thing. I mean, something is very special about a survival game where decisions you've made over long term, over hundreds or even thousands of hours, matter in a kind of a permanent sense. That's the essence of a sandbox long form survival game, especially one with competitive elements. But there's also something to be said for a 30-minute condensed battle experience with these creatures. And to give you a little bit more specifics, by the way, about some of the things you can expect with the new SOTF, and it is coming out in prototype form in December on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. We'll do it on Nintendo Switch early next year. The reason we're doing it is kind of a prototype within the existing game is to get a lot of feedback very quickly, refine it, and see what we can kind of see if it is in fact fun and catching on in a way that the original sort of quite didn't. But some of the more other specific things that I think are really pretty cool is it includes a feature that we think's really not been done quite so much in the battle royale genre. Not just to mention like getting an army of creatures to be part of your team, but actually being able to order them and command them in a way that is, highly interactive and tactical, namely a RTS commander mode. And that is a person on the team can play as RTS commander, and they have Fog of War that is casted. Fog of War reveal is only from the units on their team, but all the dinos reveal Fog of War for the commander as well. And when you die as a human in SOTF, you actually also become a commander, and your team isn't eliminated until all the creatures on your team are killed. So in effect, you're actually eliminating the entire opposing team, not just their humans. But really, if you assemble a large dino army, that's now your increased team. That is your army, and that keeps you in the game. The Ring of Death, of course, ultimately pushes all the armies together as the match progresses. But the RTS mode really enables you to both be a little bit more smart about how you can use those units, and of course you can directly possess and switch when you are a commander between any of the creatures at any time. So if you want to get into the action and just play as creatures, you can do that too. So we think this has never really been explored before, this mechanic in the genre of battle royale, and we've been playtesting internally, and we think it's really freaking fun. And so we're going to be looking forward to everybody's feedback and experience with it soon, but we do think there's something in this that you've never experienced before in these kinds of online games, and we're excited about it. And we're fingers crossed that that this time SOTF brings something to the table that is really going to resonate in the long term. And then if the prototype works out and is fun and everybody's liking it, we'll keep building it on a side track. I should note, just in case anybody's wondering, this is not using the ARK 2 team. We have obviously a giant team, the main wildcard team, working on ARK 2. The new SOTF is being directed primarily by our buddy Jat here on the call. He's a little sick right now, so but Jat is the kind of executive producer, and it's also being directed and implemented by almost a single person at the present time, a genius level programmer designer who I am just thrilled to be able to work with. You might know him as Codigo Alex, the creator of the Arcadia stuff, and he joined Studio Wildcard a little while ago, and he's been working on this, and he basically is the essentially lead programmer and designer on the new SOTF, and he's phenomenal. We do have some support also from Alex W and others at Wildcard to fill in odds and ends, but ultimately it's a primary kind of team just of one person, Codigo Alex and EP of Jat. It's going to be, and of course Josh Hines as well is helping out with it too. So it's a very minimal usage of ARK 2 resources, so to speak. Our goal is in fact to do this as its own track, see if it works, and if it does, people are really liking it, then we'll figure out what we do with it beyond that. You know, whether that becomes more of a fully built out mode or some kind of, you know, game that has other aspects to it. Don't know. As a designer myself, I only really first and foremost am interested in what's fun. So we just want to find the fun, see if everybody's enjoying it, and then we'll go from there. Really excited about it, guys, and looking forward to y'all playing it and playing it with y'all in December. And that's
the process is going to be quite iterative with the community. Once we launch the prototype, we'll have some servers set up for you guys to play. We'll be taking your feedback in, changing some stuff around, making some different types of servers to experience different things. We're not saying we have like all the answers to the special source right now, but it was very clear to us from 2015 when we first launched SOTF that this was a really loved game mode by not only just the ARK community, but the wider Twitch community. It broke a lot of Twitch records at the time. But as we developed the initial game mode, we weren't quite sure the direction it needed to go. And then I know there's like a lot of questions like, well, why are you doing this now? Well, we feel like towards, you know, with ARK 1 sunsetting in the future, this is like an opportunity for us to explore it. And with Codigo Alex coming into the fray of things, he's like the perfect person to make this as an individual who's capable of both design and programming. And a lot of the focus has been on dealing with the initial onboarding aspect of SOTF because, you know, for a lot of people who try to play that battle royale, it's very complicated when you have to like manage all these engrams and inventories, and we're like really trying to like streamline that process to make it really easy for anyone to get into, but still enjoy the experience of having a giant dino army. And then the added element of the RTS factor into this, you know, during the match and even, you know, after you die, is giving you a second chance to play is quite a different experience from a gameplay perspective to when you're actually on foot and you're riding and commanding your dinos, because not only can you control them from an overview camera, but you possess them directly, and you know you no longer have access to your player controller, so you're kind of playing like a wild dino in a sense, and you have to be very cautious of what's around you, and it is both a very fun but unique experience.
In other words, it's also primal survival. So two
yeah,
birds,
I guess you could say
delivered.
that.
Primal survival's there. Whoop whoop.
So you'll definitely hear some more information about from us in the coming weeks. We plan to ship in December. Hopefully, we can get some, maybe even some tests arranged beforehand, and we're really looking forward to getting this out to everyone.
Awesome.
Thank you, Sad and chat so much, and see you guys around. Keep up the amazing work.
Thank you for letting us know the crazy awesome news.